There were several really personal reasons for launching the CLEARlife brand. And one of the biggest ones was my love for the planet and for the outdoors. I grew up on the west coast of Canada, where we spent a lot of time on the beach, a lot of time in nature. All of our activities really with friends were out in the wilderness, out on the beach. So as I grew older and got into, my education and career, and started to really see how much impact that we as a community were having negatively on the planet, the area of life where if we destroy it, we will no longer inhabit. So when I decided to launch a brand, I wanted to do something that was responsible. I wanted to take this phase of my life and utilize my skills in a way that was based on stewardship. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about anything besides how can I now at this stage of my life give back to my community, give back to the planet. And so creating the skincare brand was really based on wanting to participate in my day-to-day work life in a way that was giving back. It was really critical for us to ensure that whatever product we were launching, it was organic, it was natural, and also how could we shift the thinking and shift a brand out of plastics. Glass is fully sustainable and a recyclable source, which lowers the carbon footprint, and it's made of abundant natural materials, and so has better preservation for the planet. Whereas with the plastics, they may be easy and cheap to make, but as we all know now, 99% of plastics are made from fossil food stocks, and plastics in durability is really linked with climate change. So really, this was a really important aspect and a deal breaker really that had to be taken into mind for creating the brand. Glass, being made of abundant natural raw materials, is also better for the preservation of the product, right? So it doesn't lose its quality or purity. The glass packaging allows also for reusability. So if someone wants to repurpose the bottles or use them in another form or recycling, they can actually be broken down back into nature, which is critical. Glass has like an endless recycling life cycle, whereas with the plastic, 91% of them end up in landfills, incinerators, or are tossed away in litter. The other thing is the greenhouse gases emitted during the other stages of the plastic life cycle, such as the fossil fuel extraction and plastic manufacturing. Those also contribute greatly to the global warming crisis. So this all became very scary as a concept to me. And I'm like, how can I, at least in a small way, or how can we in a small way contribute something that's safer for the planet? One of the other factors for us was also a lot of plastic packaging has harmful chemicals in them. And if you're putting the ingredients onto your skin and 99% of the plastics are made with fossil fuels, where are those chemicals going? There's things such as BPA and phthalates and stearin that are potentially, from what the research has been showing, seeping into your products as well. Those are things that have been linked to cancer, hormone imbalances, obesity, fertility issues, and stuff like that. So, I'm not a scientist, obviously, but reading up on all this information, I'm really of the mind that, okay, at least for our brand, let's go glass. So it shows like 90% of water bottles were contaminated with microplastics. So I was like, okay, that would mean that if our products were in plastic, that our ingredients would be potentially contaminated with that as well. So lots of thinking around the environment for us. With everything we know now about how, products are affecting our health and our well-being, this was a deal breaker. It had to be natural for us. One of the things, of course, was that they're better for the environment. So you're not having synthetic chemicals that are harmful to animals or to the plants. And also, if they're harmful to the plants and animals, that means they're harmful to people too. And there's a lot of statistics out there now that show, why it's important for us to shift to this. Another factor is they're safer. So compared with synthetic skincare products, natural products are much safer. So it just, makes sense that if it's not synthetic and if we're using all natural plant-based ingredients, it's going to be better, healthier choice. The other thing is, just like when you're cooking a great meal, if you're using natural vegetables, things from your garden, your meal is going to be much more nutritious. It's going to taste much better. So for me, the same philosophy is clearly for skincare. The other thing that was important to me was not just the planet, people, our community. It was also just for my own well-being and peace of mind. I wanted to be working in an environment that cares about people, cares about the planet. The reason why really also came down to I wanted to use business to improve lives and also improve what was going on in the planet. So I wanted to build an emotional bond with customers and build a company where employees would be motivated because they were working for a movement that was bigger than themselves. I wanted that for me, but I also wanted that for other people that would be inspired to do the same. It was my desire to spearhead a truly meaningful innovation with clear social proof and action attached to it. So I wanted to make this commitment to myself and make the commitment to my community. I believe in supporting women and the environment, environmental change where both actions and donations are there. So we also created the CLEARlife Living Foundation mission, which is to make an impact on global changes. So every product that is purchased, 2% goes to one of a series of foundations that we believe in that support either women or the environment. So our goal really is to be a movement that encourages people to look at their daily lives, to look at their own personal contributions and perspective on taking and empowering themselves to create a better life for themselves, to create a better planet, to take more, ownership of their own health, managing their own lives and removing bad habits, reconsidering ingredients they're using, and just taking stock of and taking power back in their own lives. I really wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than me, that was part of giving back. That was my main goal, but giving back in a way that really is for good.